You feel better? I do, after talking to these guys.
Yeah.
It's a mess, but
Yeah.
we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
I always knew it was gonna be.
Well, I think the toughest is the second step, when the plan board says, okay, this is how you fix the whole area, so we don't have to go through this area. I don't know how, but they'll figure it out.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, they can do that.
Yeah, because there's nothing gonna do but roll, everyone's gonna.
Yeah, that'd be good.
So people aren't misrepresenting the property.
This is
Right?
incorrect, isn't it? Shouldn't it be me?
I mean, Gordon Sorensen doesn't.
Yeah.
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 It's a tough one.
When I heard it was, her last name was gonna be Nathan.
Yes, they're in there, and then we put it on.
Larry seems like a good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, what he used to do.
He said he was a mechanic. Yeah, I don't know if he still is or.
Well, we're waiting on Maria Stopler, Granite County Hospital. She should be here in a minute.
A year.
There she is. She always comes through that door.
Yeah.
Hi, Maria.
Hello.
Hi there.
Hello.
Okay, this is the time set for Maria Stopler, CEO, DON of Granite County Hospital. Good to see you, Maria.
Hello.
We're looking.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you.
How's it going?
Good.
Good.
Last night as I'm coming home, as soon as I get over past Shakopee, right over the cattle guard, this giant tree fell in the road. Son of a gun.
Did you see it?
No,
Oh, was that?
no, but I'm like, I can't go over that. It's one of those that splits, the trunk splits and comes up in two,
Getting
so
home,
I'm walking.
Oh.
How far did you have to walk?
It's probably just over a mile.
Yeah.
You know, by the time you go around the bend and up and
Yeah.
over across the driveway.
The deer was in shape.
Not too bad,
Oh.
only a few inches on the road.
Yeah, slush.
Yeah, because I thought, should I it's a little deep up there.
Boy.
Okay, well, if you look, our financial picture has improved dramatically from last month. A lot of those swing bed visits have paid, and we actually have quite a bit in the queue that's still, that's out to billing. So, we should have, you know, as things settle out, money coming in, money going out, we should be back up at about 14 days cash on hand. And just keeping in mind that this is fluid, it's not actually really minus 40,000. It's just a matter of the dates that money's coming in and money's going out. Our administrator's report, I recently attended a hospital symposium that was given by Athena, our electronic health record company, to help hospitals, hospital leadership from very small critical access hospitals, give them an opportunity to network and develop planning strategies on how to design their service and how they deliver their service to the community. And the nice thing was, the speaker was Ryan Buell from the Harvard Business School, and his talk was about how in healthcare we try to be everything to everyone, regardless of our size and our capability, and that sets us up to fail. So if we concentrate on what does our community need, you know, what are the needs and the important things to those that we serve specifically, we can better design our operations to meet their needs and therefore be more successful and not feel like we have to be all things to all people. Because there's some things we can't do. Strategically, we don't do it enough, and we don't have the resources to do it as well as we should, or to deliver the customer service the way we should. So focus on what's important to those we serve, and then trade off the things that, are not valuable. So it was really good, and it was a good opportunity to network. I met, CEOs from Kansas to South Carolina.
Oh, wow.
All with the same kind of issues, that are unique to rural communities and small hospitals. So it was a great opportunity. And the nice thing was it was all expense paid by Athena, because when they originally invited me, I'm like, no, a short, they didn't give us a lot, short notice. So I said, no, that's gonna be way too expensive. And they're like, oh, no, it's all expense paid. So then you're like, oh, I really should take this opportunity and go. So it was a great opportunity. Activities has been really busy. Peggy's been really wonderful about attending the exercise classes with the residents once a month. And she teaches them new exercises that they can do from their chair, so all abilities can participate. They're still doing quilting and sewing. They did this project with birds, so you'll see around the hospital there's a lot of hand-drawn pictures of birds taped to the wall. And this was in honor of a little girl in our veterans. It's a long story of this little girl who asked her veteran grandfather, who was in the hospital recovering, draw me a bird. And this became the thing, and then others started to get involved. So it was a really nice program. They were real busy for Easter, doing coloring Easter eggs and then eating a lot of egg salad. So they had a lot of fun. On May 2nd, tomorrow, we're going to have a certified navigator, and they're actually from Planned Parenthood. But what they're doing is they're going out into communities and teaching staff members like our business office how to help patients with Medicaid enrollment. So it's not long-term care Medicaid, it's just general Medicaid in the community. So they're involved in an outreach program, and the business office is going to take advantage of that and learn what they need to help other people sign up. And then they're hopefully going to put a booth at the health fair. So since it was about mid-year, a little past mid-year, we thought we would do a cost report estimate from our accountant service, Whitley. Whitley does our cost report each year. So we developed with them a cost report full estimator tool to say, when it comes time for the cost report, where are we sitting? Because it's always been a mystery in the past. So we've gotten a good tool that it's been somewhat reliable. We've used it 3 times now. And right now it looks like we'll get a receivable of $18,000. So that's really good, because that kind of puts us not too much and not owing. Because we want to end, kind of close to even, hopefully a little bit of a receivable back, because then that offsets the cost of the accountant to run the report. Central Supply. In Central Supply, our emergency room defibrillator.
The census unit.
Okay. Our emergency room cardiac monitor and defibrillator, it sits on top of the crash cart, and we use it for almost every emergency room patient to track their vital signs, keep track of what's going on, see their heart rhythm if they're in there for a cardiac issue. Well, it recently failed. It had a critical error in the system, so we had to remove it from service. But it's over 20 years old, and replacing it is really expensive. Repairing it would be anywhere from $4,500 to $6,500 if it's only the one thing wrong with it. Once they get it over to their service place, they may find other things. And once they fix it, they don't know how much longer it's going to last, because it's already, yeah. So the new machine, a replacement, will cost $18,585, and that's with a tremendous amount of haggling and a trade-in. But it would have a 5-year warranty. So what we did is I went and visited with the H&R, and they very graciously offered to pay for that for us.
That's awesome.
So incredibly fortunate.
Your community supports H&R.
It's amazing. Yeah. mean, all completely volunteer.
Well, the last time I did, I backed in and stowing stuff in and had a box of glasses. And Tom Rook came up and said, oh, I went to see bottom of the street. I said, no, you have to pay HR. It was hilarious. We're out there haggling.
They have some great,
But they're
great
good.
quality things.
They do?
Yeah, they get donations from all over,
Yeah.
so, you know, from what I hear, the school kids
I
from
made
Missoula.
Tom pay dearly, or I made him if HR.
Next. But they just do such wonderful things, you can't say enough about
They're
them.
great. Go figure.
The dental grant concluded yesterday. So we're still in the process of coordinating an evaluation by a company called DentaQuest. And what they do is they'll evaluate the program to determine its sustainability for the long term. And they take everything into account, you know, the facility, the resources available for the clinic, as well as a bunch of community-related variables and factors. So we're hoping that they'll be able to fit us into their schedule soon so that we can make some positive changes, hopefully, and keep that program going. Right now, our utilization in dental has been really weak. But we're hoping that there's still a chance that we can maintain that. Under IT, we had high school students come in for the REACH program, and that was really nice that the high school kids come in, they get to shadow all the different departments to see what's available to them in healthcare for careers. So they had a really good time. And we're looking at applying for a USAC, Universal Services. Most government entities have received this subsidy. I think you can hear probably. And what it does is it helps offset the cost of upgrading our IT, our broadband width. I'm not the IT person, but what it does, we need greater connectivity for the CAT scan. We need broader bandwidth. So with this subsidy, that will help us to pay to get that, make that upgrade. Health fair, May 9th in Drummond. Starts at 6 a.m., goes till 11. We've got about 10 vendors coming. So May 9th at 6 a.m. and it's going to be at the Senior Center. And May 16th at the elementary school gym in Phillipsburg. We'll do the same lab testing, we'll have refreshments and all the education and information available. So it should be 2 really good fun-packed days. We had our adult daycare survey, and that went really well. They told us that we need to do an annual fire inspection by a local or state fire marshal. And we said, that never came to light. Previously, they said, oh no, it's in there. So we said, okay. We thought our fire life safety survey met that requirement, but she said, no, it has to be state or local. So we contacted the state fire marshal, and he'll be in the next 2 weeks to do that inspection.
Is the local fire marshal gonna be with him?
We were told we didn't have one. Do we have
We
one?
have a fire chief, but,
Not a fire marshal. I'm not sure what the difference is.
so there's, the state
Drummond's a chief.
deputy, so they send a deputy.
What's his name? Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's he's not a marshal. No, he's the chair of all the fire chiefs.
Oh.
But he's not a fire marshal.
Okay.
Our swing bed billable days have been running really good. We have 18 in March and 4 acute billable days. We have 20 long-term care patients, and we have 5 adult daycare visits in the month of March. Physical therapy is doing great. It's down, if you can see in March, it's down from the 90s to 100 that it normally sits at because Peggy took a week vacation. But so there's some utilization recap behind there, kind of gives the fiscal year 16 average, the 17 average, where we sat in January, February, and March. So if you see the Drummond clinic in February was down, but it's back up to where it has been in March. I think February there were holidays that landed on Mondays. But you can see the swing bed billable days have been really good, January, February, and March. The next sheet is the AR aging report by and we sorted this by the last build. Okay, so what you can see here is, and this is just everything since we implemented Athena in June of last year. Okay, it's not the legacy stuff from previous. So if you can see, you know, the monies that are out there by span, greater than 90% of our stuff that's out there is less than 31 days. And that's where you want it. You don't want it straggling, you know, across the span. So the less days, the more likely you are to collect it. As it ages out, your chance of collecting gets less and less. So that's how much money we have out there that has actually been billed. It's not stuff waiting to be billed, it's actually out and billing. So, you know, if we can get a good percentage of that in.
Okay, I didn't know if you wanted me to like reschedule.
And yes, there's deductibles and Medicare co-pays and all that. That's really looking positive. You know, and the fact that we have these reports now available to us, we can manage our money more effectively. Because the old system, tech time, it gave us really limited reporting tools. So we didn't know where our problems were. You know, we couldn't get a quick snapshot of what's out there, how long has it been out there, and then drill down by actual claim. So this really gives us great reporting tools that we can see where we are. So very exciting. And then our very last page.
Use a collection agency if they're out there more than 20 days. 122.
So there's a lot of inpatient
Inpatient
receipts.
dollars.
Yeah. Receipts.
So that's money that's out there and waiting to be collected on. So,
Well, does that include the Medicare stuff you wait for every year?
nope, this is just billable visits.
Billable visits. ER's pretty good too.
Yeah, so that's how, you know, that's been our utilization, and, you know, the bills go out pretty quickly. And what we're doing now is we're tracking weekly our DNFB, which is days, dollars not final billed, you know, so we can see if there's any roadblocks, you know, or any snags or challenges, what's holding that stuff up and discharge not final billed. So that if we have, and it drills it down to specific claims. If this claim didn't bill, why didn't it bill? Is it stuck in a whole bucket? And what's the reason we can resolve it quickly? And we used to be quite high, you know, we were well above the industry standard, and now we're getting a lot closer. So we're
Well, you
hoping
can't
to
get paid if they don't get billed.
Our goal is to get it down to 10 days or less.
You don't bill them very well.
Right, if we can get it out within 10 days or less, you know, it's just so much better. The last page is mill levy facts. Okay, so I just put together some quick, and I will like revise this and kind of tune it up a little bit, but I just wanted to at least get the basic facts out there. You know, what it represents, what the amounts are, you know, just the facts. Okay. And then some of our things that we've accomplished over the past few years. Putting in Athena or electronic health record, improving the efficiency of our billing process.
Will this mill levy information be put in the paper?
Yes,
Yeah, I
yes.
had like two people
Okay.
comments, and well, I couldn't quite remember what it was. So I didn't want to-
Okay. So that's a good piece of information for you to have to help answer questions. But part of what I've been hearing lately is a couple people have said, well, if you're wanting mill levy money, why are you spending money on the CAT scan project? Well, we're not spending money on the CAT scan project. So if anyone, yeah, it's private family foundations. Because some people think grant and then they think federal funds, and they think they're paying taxes to support that, and that's not the case. These are just private family foundations that donate money. And that's where the full cost of the CAT scan machine itself was one grant. And then we got a couple other smaller grants for the construction project. And then local funds. We've got more private local funds. So it's not operational money that's coming out of the facility, and it's not government subsidized funds. So if you hear that, you can.
I think when I heard it before, it's a couple of times, is, well, it's $400,000, and we're paying for this. It's a $4 million enterprise. It's a 10% of the cost of a year of the cost of this. It's like, oh, and I think that's a fact folks have got.
So I did put that in there after one of our previous.
But you see what I'm saying? I mean, I
Absolutely.
still got that the other day.
People still ask.
So, hey, how much the board? It's gonna be total 1,000 for 3 years. And I was like, so I said, no, we're paying 10% with public money. The rest of it's the enterprise, which is $4 million. And I think people go, oh, okay, so we're a portion.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people don't really recognize how much it costs to run that hospital. It's about $11,500.
Is that right?
Hey.
And that's modest.
And that's, yeah. What's your insurance? It's gotta be stupid. Well, ours
Yeah,
is.
I try not to annualize all of them,
Yeah.
because there's professional liability, property, I talked to Painless, they'll take care of the property, the wording on the property insurance, and then there's, commercial auto, workman's comp. I mean, there's
There's an addition, there's
a whole,
I mean,
a whole
I
list
see,
of
I
them.
don't think the public understands how much we both pay for insurance. I wish we didn't. Gee, what do you do? I mean,
Right.
you gotta have insurance.
Yeah,
It's horrible.
because I'm hesitating to actually add it up, because I'm like, I don't wanna know, I don't wanna know.
It's a big chunk of your 11,500 a day. So,
Yeah.
good job, good report.
So I will be out and about.
So, are there any other questions from Maria? You guys have any questions?
Yeah, thank you. Elena Gagliano for the record. I have a few questions, but to go back to, you said the money for the CAT scan. Okay, isn't there also a $200,000 loan that you be getting from the bank, the local
We
bank?
have not applied for that yet. We
I
only
heard
had
that.
conversation. We had conversation from the bank saying if we have a shortfall as
They
we're
would
getting
give it
into
to
this
you.
project, is that even an option? So we just sort of threw the net out and said, what options do we have
Okay.
if we don't fundraise for the remaining?
Okay,
And the project, a lot of it is estimates. So, and we estimated a little high because we didn't want to estimate too low. So some of the estimates, we may not spend all of that. And then we have a contingency built in for the unexpected, so we may not spend that. So we may need a little extra at the end, or we may not. So we were just kind of exploring the options, but no, we didn't take any loan.
no, I didn't say that. I said
Okay.
that Jim Welbillig has already discussed it with the bank, and the bank said, no problem.
Right,
That's
they
all
said
I'm
that
saying.
that should not be a problem, you know, it.
Okay,
looks
the
fine.
other thing that I have, the county still owns the property and the building,
Correct.
correct?
Correct.
Okay, and so you guys are the landlord, or the county is the landlord. Plus, do you realize, have you discussed with them the work that is necessary for this CT suite, as you call it? Have they been advised?
I've updated them with all of our information as it becomes available, yes.
Okay, so you know that there's going to be 2 additions added on, you know that there's excavation that's going to be done, and concrete in the basement, you know that? Okay, and trees are going to be removed. And,
I don't think we have any trees.
Well, it says over here, according to the minutes, the shrubs,
Oh, okay,
would be.
okay.
Mhm. And it's not in the county, it's in the town of Phillipsburg. Has the town been aware of this because there's permits and stuff? Are they in on this?
The engineers and the architects are taking care of that portion of the project when we get to that phase. We're sending out the RFP right now for the modular building, and then they'll do the RFP for the excavation portion of it, and then they'll seek all the proper permitting.
So you don't even know if the town is going to go along with that? I mean, digging another hole in this town? With the way the pipes and the sewers and everything are?
We've contracted with Great West Engineering, and they've done a lot of county projects right in our county. So they're very in tune to what they need to do and what
Okay.
permissions they need to get.
So I'm surprised, though, that the
as we
town
get to it.
hasn't been involved in this, though. I'm surprised that they haven't been.
And I'm sure they will.
They will.
And honestly, there's a chance that Bill Lloyd has already spoken to someone, but I just was not in on that conversation.
Because I
didn't
haven't
need
seen
to.
anything on the agenda for that either.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I was just bringing it
But
up.
that's a good question, and I'll ask Bill about that, you know.
Well, the only reason why I bring this up, because I think the warrants at one time, there was work done electrical in the building, and the commissioners didn't even know about it. So that's why I'm bringing it up.
Okay.
Okay,
Was that
thank you.
before my time?
No, it was just a couple of months ago.
You came in and reported about the electrical.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
that.
no, we knew.
Okay, I'm sorry, I thought you meant
Well,
something
according
else.
to the minutes, it said that you weren't aware of it, and you kind of
There's
told
the
them
one
in the
where,
future.
Annie, you're talking about the one with Annie Young?
Oh, yeah,
Oh, but we
different
did
deal.
outlets.
Whatever, I remember you said don't do it again, to contact us about
That
it,
came
so.
out, yeah.
That was down in, the one in Drummond.
With the county health nurse, different deal.
I'll have to look at the minutes, because I thought it was here.
Yeah, no, it was different.
Something with electrical, they had to add a $500 something to it.
Yeah, and she didn't tell us about it. Yeah.
Well, Jason Mingo did some work up here, I thought, and
Yeah,
got
you reported
approved
that.
first, did it?
Yeah, you
She needed some additional outlets installed.
That's right, that's the one I'm
Yeah,
referring
she talked
to.
to us about that.
Yep,
Yeah, Great West is very good about getting the proper permits. I mean, that's why we use them too, they're amazing. It's done, it's part of their deal.
They're the experts in that
We've
field, so
really
I
had
trust them.
good success with them.
I trust them to follow the right processes.
Yeah.
'Cause it's-
We do too.
Yeah, it's not my area of expertise, so, you know, getting him involved in the project was really an asset, because he knows what the requirements are.
Yeah.
Okay, any other questions?
No, that's it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for your report.
All right, have a
It's
wonderful
good to
day.
see you.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Careful and
See ya.
trees.
Yes.
That's why we should
They
walk
can
them
move.
all.
Oh, yeah.
Shrubs, trees, what the heck? They're all the same.
Do we need to get our snowshoes for the
Oh,
car?
I got great big boots.
Have a good day.
See ya.
Thanks, bye-bye.
Oh,
Okay, that's it for this morning.